I want to switch gears here to a little bit more somber situation. In July, it was reported that your sister Tamar Braxton was found unconscious after a suicide attempt. What was that moment like for you? Y'all being so close and living your life so publicly. What was that moment like for your family?
Go ahead, Trina.
Well, first of all, I was very disappointed in finding out via social media because our family is closer than that. And to have someone else regurgitate that story to us. Well, or I can only speak for me. Right. But for someone else to tell me the story of something that happened to my own family is very disheartening. And as a family member, I would not have allowed that 911 call to happen the way that it did. And I think that as protectors of our family, as protectors of our sister, I think things would have gone differently had we known at the time that it happened.
How did the 911 call get out?
On social media.
Was it the boyfriend?
I'm sorry?
How did the tape get out? Was it the boyfriend that put it out there?
We have no idea how it came out. We just know, we know as much as you guys know. That I have to be honest. We don't know all the details of what transpired before that happened. We don't know what happened while the paramedics were there. We have no idea. We just know what you guys know. We know what we heard from the 911 call. As Trina stated, we heard everything on social media. Trina called me in the wee hours of the morning, and that's how I found out. And I looked on social media and was like, why is this everywhere? And we don't know about this. I just think that the protocol should be, you call the family members first, and then, and then allow it to leak out to the media.
Whose fault?
I wouldn't have done it that way.
Whose fault is that though? Is it network? Is it
that's not network. That's not network wasn't there.
That's an inner person.
Right. Network wasn't there. The network wasn't there.
How would they know?
Exactly. Yeah, they found out the same way that we found out on social media.
So what do y'all think about David?
Oh, I don't. I have my own life. I don't think about David.
Who?
David.
Who? I'm Mariah Carey. Who?
The guy with the dreads.
Who?
My husband.
Said about who?
My husband has dreads.
Well, moving on. Well, after the trailer of season 7 of Braxton Family Values was released, Tamar took to social media to voice her concerns about being used for a storyline. She posted, "I am no longer employed by WeTV, and they're still using my hurt and me to make a coin." What do you think about that? And is it fair for the network to cover that?
Well, I'm going to say this very blatantly and very honestly. During season 7 of Braxton Family Values, we do not talk about Tamar's physical or mental health. We talk about how it affected us, but we do not physically address Tamar's hurt, pain, or experience. We can't speak to that. Tamar has her own story to tell, and it's very important for Tamar to tell her story in her way whenever she decides to tell it. We in no way, shape, or form addressed how Tamar is doing or how Tamar is feeling. We only addressed how we felt, as we're doing now, how we felt when the situation happened, when it came to us. We have no horse in that race. All we want is for our sister to have peace and health and well-being, and of course, our nephew, Logan.
I would think it'd be normal to film your reaction because that's your sister and she's part of the show.
Exactly, our reaction, but we cannot speak for her.
It would be fake to not talk about your sister when something so tragic happens. Like, I think
that part.
That's, you know what I mean? Like, I think if you didn't react to it, people would say, what the hell? They don't love their sister?
I mean, it's damn if you do. It's damn if you do and damn if you don't. If we didn't say anything, we're insensitive. And now that we are saying things, and we're only speaking on how it, like Trina said, how it affected us, how we were affected in the situation, because medically speaking, like a lot of doctors will tell you that it's important for the victim to understand how it impacted your family and your friends and your loved ones. It's important for them to see that. So maybe they can get themselves together a little quicker. I'm just saying that, you know, it's unfair, really, but we definitely touch on how we experienced it and how we felt when we found out about it. And I don't think anything was wrong with that.
Right about that, Towanda.
Tamar also insisted the footage from the show was staged, specifically referring to when you all found out about the attempt. What are your thoughts on that? I know sometimes you have to reenact things.
Staged? What was staged, though?
I think the reaction, like when y'all, the reaction to finding out about her.
Well, it was merely a question. That's the same question that you're asking us. It was a question that the producers asked us. Hey, how did you feel when this happened? How did you feel when you found out about it? So it's not really reenacting that. It's about expressing and answering the question of how we felt and what we experienced when we found out about it. It was just a question. It wasn't a reenactment. I don't look at it as a reenactment.
Well, and I think it's supremely unfair to attack us as a family, to continue to work and to get ostracized for it because we didn't have the same experience that she did. And it's unfair because we did not speak in any way, shape, or form about Tamar and her situation. We did not make that 911 call. We did not say anything to the media in regards to Tamar's situation. We did not openly say anything about what's happening with Tamar's situation, except for the fact that we love her and we're here for her and we're in her corner. And yet we are the ones who are being ostracized when we are not the ones who are putting things openly in the media. It's completely unfair. It's completely unfair and unwarranted.
Is it fair to say if the tape wasn't put out there by whoever put it out there, no one would even know anything because it could have been private, and then her privacy could have really been protected. She could have healed on her own without us even knowing about it to talk about it. Is that fair to say?
That part, yes.
Well, I think whoever did that, and if anyone could get to the bottom of that, I think that's the person. And that's none of my business. And I know people, you're dragging, bringing Tamar's. Me and Tamar have squashed our little thing on the show. So I have no dog in this race either. You know what I mean? I just want to be clear about that because I know people, I don't want her to get upset or the people watching. I feel like the person who put that out there and so quickly, and on the tape, it was really weird him talking about the network. Who does that when their girlfriend's going through a crisis? I just don't understand. If my man was on the phone talking to 911 when I'm sick and you're talking about Bravo TV, I would be like, mother, what is fucking TV? Hello, I'm not doing well. And if that tape gets out, that's the person who's responsible for putting her on.
That's right. It was not done by her family.
Well, I really hope that she's doing okay and you guys keep that bond going because it's clear y'all love each other. Y'all have issues like every other family does.
Oh, heck yeah.
We're gonna take a break, and we'll talk about taking a break from reality TV, if that's even possible. So we'll be back with more Out Loud on Fox Soul when we return. Welcome back to Out Loud on Fox Soul. When I tell you, when I come to Atlanta, I'm hanging with all three of y'all sisters.
Come on through.
Yeah, come on, Claudia.
Drinks. We're gonna go for
Let me know.
Come on in the room. Come on in the room.
Some Long Island iced teas.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have all that. Okay, listen.
Well, you know how we do when we hang out, Claudia.
You been at my place in Atlanta. We had fun.
Yes.
You're a good time. You're a good time. Oh, y'all are cool. I like y'all.
You're a good time.
I rocked with y'all. Seriously.
Of course, Claudia.
Okay, so look, with all the stuff that's happened, the chaos, the ups, the downs, have y'all ever thought, look, we need to take a break from reality TV and just kind of like, focus on strengthening the family and all that kind of stuff? Or is it like, no, I'm cool? Did it ever get to the point where you felt like, I want to take a break from it? Time out?
It got to that point, but I said I had to take a break from my sisters.
That part.
I had to take a break from my sisters. I love them. I love them so much. But I ain't no little kid or no 20 years old no more. I'm just like, you know what? I gotta have a break from them. Let me figure out my family. Let me figure out what's under my threshold right now. Let me get that together. And then I can deal with my sisters. I can't deal with both of them.
I'd say it's probably a lot. And speaking of taking a break, y'all sister Tamar unfollowed all y'all and your mother on social media. Were y'all surprised? When y'all get unfollowed, I feel a little bit hurt. Like I'd be like, oh.
No, it's not like she's never done it before, Claudia. Let's just be honest. It's not like she's never done that before. Okay. She's unfollowed us before. And we don't measure our family and our relationship with social media. We just don't. Yeah. That's just what it is.
Can I stunt on y'all real quick and say that she follows me now? She don't follow y'all.
That is so much shade, Claudia, because we all know that. Because let's be honest, Claudia, you and Tamar went through y'all little stuff too, and then y'all got back together, and God knows how long that's gonna last. But the reality of it is this: even though she unfollowed us on social media, doesn't mean that she doesn't talk to us in real life. Okay. So people can have whatever perception they want to have. Yeah. You know, just like you and Tamar talk behind the scenes, and people think that y'all still going through y'all little. But you're okay. You understand what I'm saying? So, social media is just a medium for people to have something to say and build a platform. So it has nothing to do with real life and real family.
And to be fair, sometimes you do need a break, like Traci said, and maybe you don't want to see someone up and down your timeline when you're in a weird place, right? Is that fair to say? Like, look, I need a break. I want to see you.
Yeah, I mean, even McDonald's says you deserve a break today. I mean,
Right.
Did y'all see her interview with Tamron Hall? Did you see your sister's interview with Tamron Hall?
Yes.
What'd you think about it? Was it good? How was it for y'all? Was it on point? How'd y'all feel about it?
What do you mean on point?
Did you take any issue with it? Was there anything that like bothered you, or was it like, okay, that's just normal? It's a normal interview.
Tamar had to speak her truth, and her truth is her truth. It doesn't necessarily mean it is the truth, but it is the truth according to her, and she has to live with how her truth and what her truth looks like in her life, and she deserves to be able to have her platform to tell her story the way she wants to tell it, and we have to respect it.
Respect what she have to say.
Where she is mentally and emotionally, that's all.
And I'm sorry to ask you so many questions, but you all are such a known unit, like all of you as a group. I mean, you have your individual platforms and of course fan base and accomplishments. And I hope you don't feel like I'm just like Tamar, because it's not about just that. But it is a news story, and it's something that the fans want to know about. Right. And it's part of, it's part of having your life out there when you have an issue. Sister, you know what I mean? That's kind of part of it. So I hope, thank you for being so gracious to answer all these questions. And Tamar, if you're watching, I hope you don't take this as we're shading you or it's being negative, because it's not. And I'd much rather have the narrative and the story put out by sisters that love you than bloggers and boyfriends with motives and side people that are just outsiders looking in, because we don't really know. Y'all know. We don't know. I just want to put that out there real quick. So, okay.
But you know, Claudia, we also don't know. We also don't know. And that's
unfortunate. And we still follow each other. I'll let y'all know, and I'll get back to you. I'll let y'all know.
You know it's shade, Claudia.
What you want me to ask Tamar? I'm gonna find out. Let me call her real quick. We cool.
I can't even right now with all this shade you were throwing at me. I'm under the tree.
I've been the shady little bitch this week, I must say.
It's okay.